Right, well, myself and Sophia are on to a new job now. One we're kind of repeating for the last 3 days, and that's dealing with a wee problem with our calves. So back about 3 days ago, I noticed that some of my calves, now these are the youngest ones here looking at us, but I noticed that some of them were scouring. And I also noticed that we're starting to lose weight. Hunger was starting to go off them as well. I instantly knew what was causing it. It's my own fault. Completely my own fault. I should have knew better, but I chanced my arm. And what happened was, I moved the calves down to a paddock, lower paddock just there behind that wire, if you can see it, the far wire. Now there's calves in the far wire, we'll tell you why they're there in a few minutes. That was lovely lush grass down there. Lovely lush, like second cut grass, just really nice stuff. If milking cows are going into it, they'd fly on it. But unfortunately for young calves like this, it caused a problem, and that problem was a digestive problem. Just that shock of going into that different style of grasses. What I used to always say on the channel, cows do better on very little grass and plenty of meal at the beginning anyway, until their rumen has fully developed. And when we're speaking about the rumen, that's probably the cause of the problem that we're having here. So calves, especially these young ones, their rumen is slow to develop. One of the things that helps along the way in short term is roughage, silage, hay is great, straw, stuff like that. Learns them to eat, and that learns the rumen to break down, because that's where all the solid food is all broken down, in the rumen. When you've young calves like this, they were doing very well on this short grass because their stomach wasn't having to break down too much. They were eating mostly meal, which was 100% for that. But once we moved them down into that stronger grass of a higher protein, higher nutrition, the stomach just was not fit to cope with that, and that shock to the system left them that they started scouring. You'll see it is quite often in calves. So back about 10 days ago, we put our calves in, we worm dosed them, and these ones that had a little touch of a scour that time, we've done them for coccidiosis. We've done that before, just a dose down the throat, and that solves that. That's one thing that is very common if you have calves that are scouring quite a lot. Always check out for that. If you haven't done your calves for it, it's cheap and it's worthwhile doing. So once the worms is covered and coccidiosis is covered, that's what you're left with, just the rumen problem. Now you can see these calves aren't sick. These calves are in good form. They've always been in good form. They never got sick. I just could notice the start of the coming. And when you see it, you need to act on it fast. Just hit it on the head fast. And the way to cure it, well, it's not that terribly difficult to cure. It just requires a little bit of adjustment, and that's what it is on their diet. So we're going to show you in a few minutes what we're giving them in the shoot. But before that, you'll notice the big calves. These are January, February calves down the bottom here. They don't need anything. They're flying. They can digest that grass, no problem whatsoever. So only 3 of these have this actual syndrome. We put them here together because just at their age, we're going to keep them here on a barer spot, let the big calves go on ahead and just keep the whole thing separate so we can manage their diet separately. I've opened a silage bale of really dry silage that was made last year, and it is just really, really dry stuff. And I'm throwing it across the wire every morning, every evening, just a wee lock of silage, and they're eating that. And that is one of the things that will help them an awful lot. Hay or silage, hay probably would be the best thing of the whole lot, but that will dry them up and that will start their rumen working again properly and get the whole balance back again. It may take 2-3 weeks, but it will work. It has always worked. I've seen this before, and it's normally just with calves that are of a young age, like these ones here. Oh, 6. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, so Sophia has her job done. So what we're giving them isn't really a medicine, it's more to dry them up. We're going to give them a tablespoon of this. We've been doing it for the last 3 days. This is the last dose they're going to need there now, and I know by looking at them, none of them scouring there now. They don't need any more of it. But all we're doing is giving them a tablespoon of this, mixing a small bit of water, squirt it down their throat with one of the little boys we have here, you'll see in a few minutes. And that solves that problem. That should dry them up nicely. So here it is now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down the calf's throat, and we're going to do each calf individually. They actually like this stuff. I don't know. I don't want to taste it myself, but they do actually like taking it. Now, Sophia's going to put them out now, so we are while I'm playing the drone and holding the camera. The joys of YouTube. Come on. Come on. Right, so have you caught what we're at? We are indeed about to start mowing out our second cut. I'm just looking at the weather forecast. Today is Tuesday the 26th of July and the weather's looking good today, tomorrow and Thursday. And then they're talking about rain possibly Thursday night, Friday, and then a kind of an unsettled weekend. Anyway, that's where we're at for the day. Let's get to it. First wee job of the morning, just give these calves a quick bite to eat. Now, I can thankfully say they're better. They'll all be going back in together now shortly, and there's no need, and that grass that was down below, that strong grass that they had is well ate now, so they can all join back in together. But it did work, and it's worthwhile doing. So we're going to meal them first, and then get straight to mowing. Now, second cut silage year has been light in most places, but ours has thickened up an awful lot in the last few days. It's grew quite well in the last few days, but it's nowhere near what it was last year. And we still have the Dawkins. They came back, so the spray just worked for the first cut and then had no effect really after that. That would probably come down to the amount that I put on and the time of year maybe as well. I was a wee bit disappointed to see so many of them coming back, but they did, and we'll take care of that in the autumn. We probably will put some 4-front tea on it in the autumn time and let it really kill it down to the root, and that should wipe them out. But the grass itself is good. It's stemmy in places, and the backfield is really stemmy. Disappointing in it. You might remember our video we done, I think it was our third cut, where we cut that, and it was really lovely lush stuff, but it's not like that the year. It's just dry weather, and that's all that caused that. Stuff just shot it out very, very fast, and that's just the way it went. It's just like this kind of stuff here, loads of this kind of stuff, and not much of a base to it underneath. But this has taken up. There is nice stuff on this, so I'm quite happy with that. For a second cut, we'll get this all tidied up now. It's not going to do a whole pile from now on. We'll get it tidied up, get a bit of slurry onto it, get a bit of fertilizer on, and get it growing again for another third cut. And I'd be happy with that because we have plenty of silage. It's just been a weird old time of year, but anyway, that's the way it is. Let's get to it. Should have opened the two gates, be right. I can't say we get in. There we are. Like it, love. Adjustment there, yes, just 1 second. There we go. It's warm. Turn on this air condition. The heat, just a dead heat. There's really no sunshine. It's just a real absolute killer heat. We're just going slow at the minute till we get the first round done because it's quite bumpy along the hedge, and I just want to be careful. I know there's a foxhole here somewhere. I fixed it a few times and he opened it up again, so he did. And I want to make sure that I don't let it into it because it's a dangerous spot. Big drop on the other side, and I know exactly where it is because I have a little bit of paint on a post, which you can see here now. Split pronounced, but I did fill it back a few weeks ago and it's still full, so he didn't win this time. But so I'm not going to get off and check it just for a minute or two, because around the hedges here, just close this window, around the hedges here, because the weather was so dry, grass didn't really even grow near the hedges because the hedges sucked all the moisture in the field. It was so dry and left it, the grass didn't grow along the hedges out probably, what, about 3 or 4 meters. So we'll do another run around it before we check to see how the mower's working, but it looks very good so far. Give the mower time to die down. I'm going to get out and just have a wee look and see what way it is mowing. It may need to be turned down just ever so slightly, but all in all, not bad. Oh, I can't beat the smell of fresh cut grass. Yeah, that's mowing nice enough. Definitely so. Cattle are starting to roar. They can smell the fresh grass over there. we have our hill done and we're going into the back field now, and it's just gone 3:30. So I'm ahead of schedule. I'm doing very, very well. I'm going to get it all done before milking. It means I don't have to walk too late tonight. But this field, I've never seen it look like this before. Just look at the type of stuff it is. Now, yeah, there's nice green stuff underneath. Just our wire stuff. I don't know, it's not make great feeding, but it'll be alright. This will be fed to heifers, so it won't be any of this going towards our cows. So it'll be grand for that. But I've never seen it like this before. I've never seen any of our silage fields like this before. But anyway, there's nothing wrong. It's just the type of weather. I have to watch out here, because Mr. Hare normally lays around here. And I have to be careful I don't cross him, because he'll normally make his way into the middle of the field and keep making his way into the middle all the time as I'm going round, and then he'll hopefully run out. So we'll keep an eye out for him as we're going along. Otherwise than that, I had to make a few adjustments to our mower, and we're well torn down. Not easy stuff to cut this. See the way it's laying flat? So I have to take it easy. I had to turn the mower well down, facing her right into the ground, just to try to get underneath it and get it cut. The other field is okay. There's places where it just shaved it, lovely. Other places it did leave it a bit hairy, as we say. So when the rake comes along, it's probably going to leave it a bit messy looking up along this side here, just this corner, because it was like this. But hopefully we'll see now when we're in it what it turns out like. Without further ado, let's get back to it. That's the job done. It's great to get it done before milking. Means I don't have to come back this evening. And we're going to let this sit all day tomorrow. It's given a good day tomorrow, and then we're going to probably do it on Thursday. That's the plan. We'll see how the weather does, but I have them available if I need them on Wednesday. But if not, we'll wait until Thursday. Let it dry out for a while. As you can see, I'm having to watch myself here because the horse flies are about. The clegs around here are just swamping with the heat of the tractor and everything. They're swamping around me, and they'd absolutely ate you alive. And yeah, I hate them, absolutely hate them. Nicole's after gone down there. She was over just to help me with the bit of camera work today and make it a wee bit easier on me. And she's way down there now to look the cattle and feed the calves. And we're going home now. It's just gone 5:10, get a drop of tea and start the evening's milking. The next video you'll be watching here, we'll be getting this all baled and drew in, and the whole thing just finished off. Thanks very much for watching. We'll talk to you in the next one.